Well, it's a cool September afternoon, and unfortunately for me, that's a harsh reminder that this rig is going to have to be returned real soon. And that means that it needs to be in pristine, squeaky clean condition. Hey folks, Chris Hockley here, proud Lund Pro staffer. And as a team member, I feel obligated to make sure that this boat stays as clean as possible throughout the entire season. And that can be really tough because, like you, I spend half of it in junk like this, which means at the end of the day, this rig can be a complete write-off. Now, we've all heard that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, and that's definitely the case in keeping a rig like this clean throughout the season. So let me run you through the steps that I take to keep this boat as clean as it can be throughout the season in as few steps as possible. As we talked about real briefly on the water, prevention's definitely half the battle in keeping your boat clean. You know, when you come in from the day on the water, just take your time. I always carry a bundle of these microfiber towels in my glove box. You can never have enough of them. And I just wipe down the water spots before they turn into those hard water demons, which are so difficult to remove. But we don't always have the chance at the end of the day to clean up or wipe down the boat, whether it's we're fighting mosquitoes or we have somebody waiting for us to get home. So in those cases, we have a little bit more work to do. So let's get home and I'll show you all the steps that I take to clean my boat as quickly as I can to get myself back on the water. You know, we talked about the preventative maintenance and cleaning your boat, getting it wiped down at the boat ramp where it's used that moisture that's already on the boat to clean it up. You leave your boat and now those water spots are hardened on. In this case, you know, we got a splatter mark from where a Terminator frog met its death as I slammed it into the side of the boat, just smearing gunk and junk everywhere. And it's now glued on there. I mean, this stuff is tough to get off. And so the first step in this whole process, there's really not a whole lot to do, is using this 50% vinegar, 50% water. And it's a mixture I just put into a spray bottle. I purchase either, you know, dollar store or Walmart. Quickly give it a shot down the side. Let that vinegar start working for you. It softens up those weeds. It gets into that hard water and it starts loosening that all up. I'll take a big heavy towel that's intended to get dirty and nasty, and I'll take that initial wipe down. You can of course rinse your boat if you want to get the hose out, but it really isn't necessary unless you get crazy dirty. Now the next step, once you have all that junk off the side and you're having trouble with water spots that remain, scrubbing bubbles. You just buy, again, it's a $4 or $5 purchase at Walmart. Take the cap off, spray down the side, it foams up. Let it just do its thing. Let it that foam disappear, or in this case, change color. And then you know when it's ready to be wiped off. So you can just give it a quick wipe. I take a moist towel to get that initial polish off. Then again, take that microfiber towel, go down the side. Most of the times you're basically done. Those water spots are gone. You don't have to hit it again. And then I'll follow that up with the last step, and that's just quick ultimate wax from Meguiar's. This is one, again, another purchase I just made. It's a spray wax. I don't like the solids or the creams. I find it gets into the sharp edges and it just turns white and looks gross. This is more preventative. It's really quick. Shoot it down the sides, give it a quick buff in. And what it does is, again, it's just that preventative maintenance. So the next time you go to clean your boat at the boat ramp, or in the case of you've left it dry, it just cleans up that much easier. So those are some quick, easy steps. Let me show you how that whole process works. So again, let's hit the toughest spot that we have on the boat here. I'm gonna give this a good shot because this has been on here for some time, but that's this half vinegar, half water. Really inexpensive. You can go heavy, let it soak in. The longer you let that soak, particularly on these weeded spots that have dried up and gone like rock, is best. If you're just cleaning up the edge here, again, I'll take this real heavy towel. I'm not pushing hard. I'm not looking to scratch anything. I'm just trying to get the initial junk off. And you can just go right over it. See how easy that comes off? It soaks into that weed. You got all kinds of mess here. There we go. Let's give it an initial kind of touch up there. And to be honest, most of the time, if you keep that preventative maintenance up, that's going to be good. However, If after this sits and you look and you admire your boat, you take your time, and then you realize, oh no, after I've let it set, all those water spots are showing again. That's where I'll take this scrubbing bubbles, give it a really good shake. This particular one is one that changes color. I'm just going to spray that on. There we go. This is not going to hurt your finish. It doesn't hurt the decals or decals on the side of your boat. Nice and light. And you can see that change in color. Again, it soaks in. I have a moist towel ready here. I'm just going to let that sit for a couple seconds. Really doesn't take that long. And again, a can will last you 3-4 complete boat finish cleaning. So it's really nice. So I'll take the secondary towel here, and I'm going to let that sit for just a little bit longer. You can see all those bubbles disappearing. You can see it dropping down as it starts to sink. And I'm going to push it a little bit. Normally I'll let it sit a little bit longer, but again, take that moist towel. This works on your cowl, the motor. It works on the side of the boat. You use it on your talons. And it just cleans that right up. Again, take that microfiber towel that you've got, or the sets that you've got, do a quick buffing just to get those towels. Typically leave a nice lint all over the boat, but there you go. And again, the last step really is this Meguiar's wax. I'll just hit it quickly. You don't need a lot. And again, I'll take a different color towel so I know which one's being used for what, because the last thing you want is wax all over the towel you're trying to clean your screens with, or the side of the boat. There we go. That initial kind of smooth in. Flip that towel around so you get a little dry spot. Let that sit for a little bit. Quick buffing. And just like that, mirror finish clean. Super easy, and you can get your boat done in no time. Get you back to fishing. Here's a really quick tip for you. We've all had the issue, we can have the boat covered, but you're still gonna have exposed things like your talons, your outboard, that are gonna get covered in bug gunk, especially after a long day in the water and you come home in the evening. So to take a little bit of the elbow grease away from the wiping and cleaning, and then also protect the finish on particularly your cowling, but also the finishes on the talon, I just use windshield washer fluid. And this particular one is Rain-X, but it's a bug and tar remover. And it just is a formula that does a really good job of getting that gunk off of those things. Again, I just a microfiber towel, just give it a quick shot. You don't need much, a little goes a long, long ways. And all you're gonna do is wipe down the front sides, get all that bug gunk on them. I'm pretty lucky this time, didn't get hit hard, but it works just as easy on your cowling as well. Doesn't leave any streaks. Make sure you get the front of it nice and easy clean. Allows you to get that done really quickly, get that mess cleaned up, and get on to cleaning the rest of your boat. So once you get that cover off, first thing I'll do is just give it a quick shot with that half vinegar, half water, and just with the microfiber towel, take a nice easy approach to wiping it. You don't want to scratch the screen. This of course does, even with the best microfiber towel, still leave a few streaks. So this is really about the initial cleaning, and then you can kind of buff it a little bit. Again, light pressure, you don't want to scratch them. And then for anything that remains, I'll actually just take a little bit of newspaper, which works really well in removing those streaks. Now, one of the best things about this half and half vinegar and water is that it will clean absolutely everything. So I just take a regular towel and take these rubber covers which protect your grafts, but they can be a bit of a pain to clean, so I just take this half and half, wipe it clean with this towel, get all the edges, cleans them right up, dries streak free, looks great. And again, you can pop it back on. Another quick shot there. Towel. I use this to clean the back of the graph. Do this over, pop it back on. We're cleaned and ready to go. You know, guys, it makes sense that you aren't always going to be able to keep that preventative maintenance up, and there's going to be times when you're going to have that hard water and junk all over your boat that's going to make it just a burden to clean. But with some of these tips, it'll make it a lot easier. Remember that 50-50 water and vinegar. This stuff is astounding in that it'll remove almost anything by itself, not needing any further steps. But when you have those really tough water stains or the hard water on the outside of your boat, this stuff, the scrubbing bubbles, is a savior. It is unbelievable, whether it's on the hull or the cowling or anywhere. This stuff will remove it so easily. It's just beautiful. Follow that up by that little bit of wax, like I said, a spray on real. It's more preventative again, just to make things slide off easier for the next time. But one of the things you want to keep in mind, this Rain-X windshield washer fluid and that bug and tar remover. This stuff's amazing. It'll save you a lot of elbow grease in trying to get that junk off your boat. Well, hopefully you got a few tips out of this video that are going to make your job keeping your boat, your rig clean this season. You know, for more information on this particular boat, the 1875 Pro V Bass, I encourage you to check out lundboats.com. They have an incredible website that will run you through this rig as well as all of the others in their lineup. So for pricing on this boat or any of the other boats in the Lund lineup, I encourage you to check out dtpowersports.com. They have a great website of new and used boats. They have an incredible showroom and even better sales staff to help you select the right rig for you. All right, enough cleaning. That's a wrap. That one's up. Let's keep fishing.